Funeral service seems to be one of those things that nobody really wants to talk about. Yet the families we're sitting down with also seem to have all the answers. What we need to do is create curiosity. This is a knowledge gap that helps them understand that they don't know everything, and that the person they're sitting down with, you, just might have the answers they need. This is the Proactive Connection. Hello, I'm Carson Johansson. We are on part 2 of a 3-part series on improving your pre-need presentation, which is all about creating impactful buying experiences based on real human connection. Many of the families we meet with seem to already have specific ideas in mind, and their plans seem to be getting more and more simple. Just cremate me and forget about the rest. If a family states up front that this is their plan, every time we ask a question like, have you thought about a visitation, or viewing, or celebration of life, etc., we are putting ourselves at odds with that family. We are making them think that we're either not listening or that we're trying to pressure them into buying something that they neither need or want. Creating a knowledge gap allows us to gently challenge a family's declaration of direct cremation in a profound way. Let's pass things over to our very own Eric Battles to explain more.
All right, so let's dive right into knowledge gaps. Now, the best way I've ever seen this done was by author and funeral homeowner Carl Jennings. He responds to the direct cremation declaration by asking a really great question that creates exactly one of these knowledge gaps. Something to the tune of, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you made the decision to be directly cremated. But let me ask you this, how will that decision help your family to begin healing? What we found is the most common response to that is typically a question in return. Something along the lines of, what do you mean by that? That question just signals that the family needs more information, and you are the one who can give it to them. So you might say something like, well, you see, the people most impacted by the decision that we make today are really going to be your family, because they have emotional, relational, and spiritual needs that are going to need to be addressed. The decision that you've made regarding disposition is important, but what we need to really make sure of is that we have an intentional plan to care for your family's needs as they pass through this process as well. Let me explain. The initial question creates a question in people's minds that they don't know how to answer, and your response provides a little bit more context and information to help fill that gap and answer that question in a way that creates intrigue in learning more. What we found is that creating a knowledge gap like this buys you the space that you need in the conversation with each family that allows you to take some time to really educate them about the importance of ritual around loss and why it's so critical to help those left behind begin healing. Now, creating a knowledge gap and leaving it open will likely do more harm to your presentation than help. The key is making sure to fill that gap with meaningful information that helps your client families see their own experiences and opinions in a brand new way. We reconnect them to their previous loss experiences in such a way that they can instruct themselves really as to what the right thing to do is. We've all experienced loss, felt the effects of it, and benefited from a well-designed funeral experience. Most of the time, though, we can't connect the dots on why. When filling the gap, you might try asking more questions to your client families about their personal loss experiences, because it allows them to really begin to speak about those experiences from their own personal point of view. It seems like today it's so easy for so many people to minimize the effects of their death on others. 1, because it hasn't happened yet, so it's not real. And 2, because they won't be there to feel the effects of the aftermath. But when families surface the experiences and emotions of a loss that they've experienced as a survivor, everything becomes more real. It opens the door for you, their trusted advisor, to begin educating and connecting the dots with them. Using Carl Jennings' method, we don't simply prescribe what people should do at the time of loss. Instead, we describe the universal process that every single one of us, you and I included, will go through at the time of loss, and help people access the wisdom they've already gained from experiences they've already had. If we do so successfully, we can dramatically change the nature of the business that we're writing each and every day, especially with the families that came in and in the first 12 seconds said, I just want a direct cremation. Back to you, Carson.
Thanks, Eric. That's awesome information. So in summary, you need to create a question that you are uniquely qualified to answer. Help them reconnect with their personal loss experience and educate them on the value of funeral service for their loved ones left behind. They're the real customers. So to finish up our series on improving your pre-need presentation, next time we'll be talking about practice. Does it really make perfect, or does it make robo salespeople? Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you really enjoyed it and found it useful. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Also, if you would, down in the description below, please subscribe to our newsletter. We'll see you next time on The Proactive Connection.